私にとってはビデオゲームはすごく重要な存在ですね。なぜかというと、ビデオゲームっていうか、エンターテインメント全般的に、ビデオゲームは自分の存在を確かめられるものだから、例えばね、自分はどんだけ退屈してるか、それとも自分はどれだけ、他の人の関係が深まってるか、それも全部ビデオゲームで、分かると思いますので、別の世界にのめり込んで、自分を探すというのは、重要なポイントかなと思っています。はい、私はワンハズメと申します。前はスクエアエニックスの、リードゲームデザイナーとして働きましたが、今は、メトロノミックという新しい会社を作りました。
That's going to be like top of the tape.
The Melayu who speaks way worse Malay than Japanese.
Video games are now more popular than ever. That's the world we live in, with the industry being worth up to $300 billion in revenue. Yep, Halo is bigger than the likes of Hollywood and Her combined. Video games used to be the fall guy. For decades, politicians blamed violence on video games. Who knows, perhaps if you had cut down on playing Fortnite, maybe you'd still be married. And teachers, they frequently made it the go-to reason for bad grades. But that type of thinking belongs to the past. In fact, when it comes to 21st century learning, the hidden value of gamification cannot be understated. To be a critical thinker, a creative problem solver, a better communicator and collaborator, it is gaming that provides the avenue for all of these skills to be in play.
My dad bought me an Atari PC when I was 5 years old. He wanted me to be exposed to high-tech stuff from early on. My cousins are very close. We played this game called Ghostbusters. So there are two parts to the game. One is you have to drive to find the ghost. And then after that, you have to hunt the ghost itself. So when we're driving the car, I don't know why, but we all just went to my bed and then we all jumped and said, "Hantu, hantu, hantu." I don't think that's how we should play the game, but I think it was only when I was 16. Then I realized that, because I keep complaining about the games, it dawned upon me that, actually human beings make these games, So actually there's a proper job, there's a proper career. I kind of forced games into my courses, do all my homework, For example, there was one assignment that asked us to create a software to teach a foreign language. My group, what we did was we created a ninja game, and my lecturers were quite frustrated because every time when it comes to Hazmi, it's going to be a game.
While we're not quite on the same level as the United States and Japan, Malaysia's video game industry is definitely growing. With Malaysians spending big bucks on video games in 2019, that's generating plenty of big business. So much so that it's gotten the attention of the big gaming brands like Razer and Sony to set up shop in Malaysia. But for a young Wan Hazmer in the early 2000s, Malaysia was not where it is now to fuel that type of ambition. Plus, when it came to developing and designing games, there was truly only one place to be: Japan.
The first hurdle into joining a game company in Japan is obviously the language, Japanese. I created actually a 10-page game design proposal. It was in English at first. So I enrolled myself into a Japanese language school, and I slowly translated the words in the proposal throughout the 1.5-year course. And I finished the game design proposal in Japanese. And then I just sent the proposal all over the place, and yeah, I got into Square Enix.
Square Enix. That's not just any game company. Very few other game developers in the history of gaming have made a bigger impact across multiple genres as they have, producing massive franchise titles like Kingdom Hearts, Dragon Quest, and of course, Final Fantasy. For Wan Hazmer, his CV includes being the lead game designer for Final Fantasy 15.
For Final Fantasy 15, we had a challenge. In the modern era, you have to make sure that the game imitates life and to make sure that it's very relevant to the gamer. So for me, user experience is actually the emotional context of the game. Whenever we create systems, you have to care about the person that's using it. It is all about the humanity aspect of the craft. Like for example, education system. or even some professionals, they always view their craft like some sort of a bunch of technical steps, but they forget that there's something much more analogous going on in the craft, and that is the human being that's going to use it.
What Wan Hazmer does, a lot of it is actually communication, but in a different form. In order to have a fantastic UX, you need to have empathy to understand it from the perspective of the person playing the game. I'm Lina, I'm the CEO of INTI, but I'll say that I'm a passionate believer in making education practical, fun, and putting out students who are going to be great citizens. Gamification is just one of the tools which we use in active learning. Active learning means that the student is not being lectured to. The student is an active participant in their own learning. Right? They're engaged, they're asking questions, they're curious, and that really speaks to the sort of workforce that we will need going into the future. Besides engaging the students, it teaches the students at times to compete with each other, but at other times to work collaboratively with each other. In gamification, you use avatars, you use role play. We've had lecturers gamify to the point where they have created leaderboards, and where a student is really self-motivated to try to get it right so that they can unlock and get to the next level.
The education system in Malaysia encourages people to learn about tools, and they stop there. They don't know why they're using these tools. The craft of user experience is lost, in just learning how to make stuff. And I think that's really, really missing in Malaysia.
And that value of human connection and empathy shows in his game design. Since returning to Malaysia, Wan Hazmer and his team at Metronomik are currently developing No Straight Roads, a game that combines music and adventure, which is due to launch this 2020. Here's how it works. Your characters are an indie rock band, and your mission is to take back a city that is being controlled by an evil EDM empire. And because everybody likes music, Wan Hazmer hopes it will appeal to everyone and make music accessible, regardless of musical ability. If No Straight Roads takes off, it could put Malaysia on the gaming map, and who knows, maybe even put us on the same level as the US and Japan. And this will create more space for future Wan Hazmers to develop their talent locally and create more homegrown video games like No Straight Roads. This means Malaysian gaming enthusiasts will no longer have to go far to pursue a career in an area they are passionate about.
If, or should I say when, No Straight Roads is a hit, first of all, we'll be remembered as a country that actually makes games. A typical Malaysian driving on the road, listening to BFM, they will be educated that the game industry in Malaysia actually exists. The person driving right now would think that, hey, maybe I can join the game industry. That for me is a very huge win. And I know there are a lot of people out there who can make really great video games, but they are still working in banks or maybe doing jobs that they don't like to do, but it just makes money, To capture all the attention of all these guys, that will be the next step when we have a big hit.